Hey guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to record the tech news using my iPhone 4, so let's get right to the news. On July 4th weekend, the App Store and YouTube were hacked, and I use that term very loosely. Essentially what happened was some guys, apparently over at 4chan, found that YouTube was vulnerable to some cross-site scripting attacks, and they took it upon themselves, and they raided YouTube with these cross-site scripting attacks, claiming that Justin Bieber had died, and that you should go to CNN for more details, and you'd have to click OK and whatever. YouTube quickly then removed the threats. They're not so much threats, I guess you could say. They're more of annoyances, and they closed them down and they patched the vulnerability, and then their cross-site scripting was rendered useless. But it just goes to show you that attacks can happen to anyone. You should always be very careful when it comes to that stuff. Number two, the App Store was a number of accounts in the App Store were compromised, supposedly around 400 or so. Now, this wasn't due to the App Store being vulnerable. It had the fact that this was from phishing scams and things like that. And what's really scary is Apple Insider reported how easy it is to gain unauthorized access to a number of these accounts simply by going to some Chinese websites. Yeah, pretty scary, right? So if you notice that this happened to your account, or if it ever happens to your account, just call your credit card company as soon as possible. Get those transactions frozen. So that's the only thing I could recommend. And if you can, if you're really paranoid about it, change your password. Even change your email that you use for iTunes if you want to go that far. But always change your password. Make sure it's complicated enough that it's not easily guessable, as I easily guessed or brute forced, as I shown in one of my previous videos. Get this, Facebook. Wow, they're closing down their virtual gift shop, so that means you can no longer gift that person that, piggy bank or flowers and roses and champagne glasses and things like that. No more can you do that. So if you do have them, they're essentially collector's items now, I guess you could say. That's closing down August 1st, and you will no longer be able to buy them directly through Facebook. But you can always use the third-party apps that Facebook allows to gift things. They'll still be allowing those. Here's another piece of good information that I thought was cool. In terms of 64-bit versus 32-bit, is now 46% computers running Windows 7 are running 64-bit edition. That's great news, considering for the longest time now we've had 64-bit capabilities with hardware, but the problem has been with the software side of things that there just hasn't been the software for 64-bit to really take advantage of. So that's good news, and it's great for Microsoft that they're really trying to push 64-bit, and I think that's important. Also, that Apple in the month of from February to May lost 1 full percentage point in the mobile wars, while Google gained 4 full percentage points, which is pretty good, very, very good actually. And meanwhile, RIM lost 0.4%, and that was for May. But keep in mind, this was not yet, the iPhone 4 is not yet released, so you may actually see a jump for June when those numbers are released, probably later this month or so. So I'll be interested to see, or maybe even next month, whenever they release them for June. I don't know. But that'll be interesting to see, because they sold 1.7 million iPhone 4s. That's pretty good. And the other story that I have for you guys is the last one I'm going to do for today. This was important to me. This is what, these are the stories that made my short list. And the last one is the House votes. Now get this, the U.S. House Representatives, they just voted to block porn on government PCs. You would think they had a ban like this in the first place. Well, apparently, when this whole thing came to light, was that there's a lot of porn on government computers, apparently. And I'm not just talking about the library, which probably has the least amount because they lock those things down like you don't even know what. So what happened was the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, which monitors the markets and things like that, they had a lot of computers with porn on them. So I guess they're saying, well, maybe that's why no one realized what Madoff was doing or something like that. So they're actually getting some work done now, and no porn. Well, at least this is what the House has. I guess they go through the Senate, I guess, too. But why shouldn't it, right? So my question to you guys for this week is, should all workplaces ban porn? I think they already do, right? I mean, I guess, I know when I was working at a law firm that you had to sign a thing saying you couldn't, that you wouldn't, it was considered sexual harassment of some kind, and that you wouldn't browse things like that while you're at work. So I think that's fair that they block, and I don't think they have something like this in the first place, as I mentioned, but they obviously don't. And I want to know, do you think more work will get done in DC now that this supposedly could go into effect? Let me know, leave a comment. Anyway, so we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and remember, take care of your computers. And let me know what you think of this video with the iPhone 4. If it's good, what do you think? Let me know.